We are live. We are live now. Reena ji, go ahead, please.
All right. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Reena Agarwal, moderator for today's event. Let me introduce myself a little. About me, I am an artist from Dehradun. I paint on velvet in a different, unique style, and for which uh, I am spreading my art everywhere in Uttarakhand and gradually everywhere around the country. And Womennovator has been a very good platform. It's a pleasure to join this platform because through this platform I have increased my network, and I have come to know so many people. And this has given me an opportunity to talk to many people, very good personalities of Uttarakhand. So here, let me tell you a little about Womennovator. It is a virtual incubator for women, celebrates the triumph stories and records of passionate women who dare to innovate the world and honor them with awards and recognition. It is a global virtual incubator for women, supporting women entrepreneurs in scaling operations domestically and internationally, and creating distribution networks. Women leaders, professionals to be directors or become job creators, and women community leaders to the policy change maker. It was established in 2013. uh, Women Innovator focused on SDG 5 Global, supporting women entrepreneurs in scaling operations domestically and internationally. Women Innovator is an initiative like Vendor Meet, Brand Ambassador, Equity Program, We Talk, We Pitch to Fund, We Embassy Meet Management Planner, Coffee Table, Books for Women and Men Who Help Women, Women Mark, e-commerce portal for women to create B2B sales and direct selling agent. Has helped many women globally. And now today's guest is our Mrs. Mini Tripathi. A little bit about her. Mini Tripathi is the managing director of Edupulz Educational Services LLP. She has 30 years uh, of rich experience in the field of education, with 25 years of it at Global Education Management Systems, United Arab Emirates. She has 11 years of teaching experience in Convent of Jesus and Mary, Mussoorie, India, and at our own English High School, Sharjah, UAE. She has worked as an administrator for 20 years and received a scholarship from GEM for a Master's in Educational Leadership and Management from Manchester Metropolitan University, United Kingdom. She is an expert in pedagogical practices used in the classrooms. She has introduced many innovative teaching strategies for the 21st century learners. She believes in skill based learning and education, which empowers students for the future. She has initiated projects like independent learning, flipped classroom, and progress matters, which tracks skill development of every child in the school, thus ensuring success and progress of all students. She is well known for pioneering many educational practices like creations, a competition which focused on enhancing teacher competence at the inter-school level. Look who's answering, ensuring global awareness. This unique program has empowered students to win quiz competitions at inter-school and state level, and Challengers Club a program which dealt with gifted and talented students. She was interviewed by Mrs. Rashmi Roy, a renowned journalist, and was featured in the Friday magazine. Uh, she has authored 20 skill based books titled The Tuffy Turtles, which aims at building a strong foundation for the preschool of kindergarten children. She has done her schooling from Convent of Jesus and Mary, Dehradun. She graduated in science uh, and masters in English literature, along with a master's in educational leadership and management. She has done her bachelor's in education and diploma and master's in education from United Kingdom. She has international and national experience of teaching and managing in CBSE and IGCSE curriculum schools. She was also recipient of the Best Teacher Award in the year 1997. Edupulz has also received the Nation Builders Award in the year 20. So this is what is all about our great personality, Mrs. Mini Tripathi. Hi, Mrs. Mini. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's
So
really wonderful to be interacting with everyone and sharing the achievements, what we have aimed for, and reaching out to everybody who is in the line of education.
great.
A little
Great
bit,
to have you here today.
thank you.
So now you will introduce yourself a little about your how you began with your uh, work in Dehradun and how initially you started your teaching experience and then coming up to this level today.
Okay. After spending, say, 25 plus years in the United Arab Emirates, when I came back to India in 2016, we realized that there was a number of things which required a change. For example, while watching the television, we felt that, the safety and security in schools needed a little bit of attention because there were cases where the students were committing suicide or they were being attacked by other students, and that required a lot of attention. Besides that, we felt that the students lacked skills, and therefore this was causing a lot of hindrance when they were going in for their employment, because we felt that the soft skills in children were lacking. So when they went for their interviews, they were not able to perform well. They lacked confidence and they lacked communication skills. So this was another aspect which we felt that India needed to work upon. Besides that, transparency and accountability in the line of education also required a lot of change. India as a whole has to work upon its education system. Now, with the new education policy, we do see a number of changes, and we do hope that we are going to be on the path of success after this education policy is implemented. Till then, we as educationists are working hard to upskill the teachers and the students so that they become more successful in their life.
So that's very nice to hear about your all your achievements. And how what kind of problems do you face when you are commencing with your work?
Uh, as such, since we have a lot of experience in this line, preparing material, workshops, and all that was not much of a problem. But the major problem which we faced was reaching out to the schools and convincing the management and the principals that there was a need to change because of the skills which were required for the students in the 21st century. Besides that, the teachers also need to change their strategies because, this generation is completely different. The Z generation and the Alpha generation, if you look at them, they have a completely different skill set. Now, to expect students to sit in a class and just listen to the teacher as we used to do it in our days is not at all possible, because these children are very dynamic, they are techno savvy, and they want to do things. They want to be active learners. They do not want to be passive learners just sitting in the classroom and listening to the teachers. Whereas our teachers are very good at giving lectures, they are very good at imparting knowledge, they are very good with the chalk and talk method. Yes, smart classes have been introduced, but still, we need to ensure that teachers become facilitators and are passive, whereas students become more active while doing their project work, research work, getting involved with activities, and actually, taking part in the learning process where learning is visible and the teachers are just there to guide them. That is where we can say that when India really gets into that kind of a learning process, we will see a change in our educational system.
All right, that's very nice, and we really look forward for your kind initiatives for the same. And I really hope that India is going to be different with your efforts. And I would also like to know that what kind of change are you looking uh, in the new generation? What kind of change in the sense, like what kind of classrooms they should have? What I just read that you had mentioned about the slipped classes. Can you tell us
Yes.
something about that?
Yes, actually, the strategies which we use in the teaching and learning process, they are based on, the characteristics of this generation. Now, flipped classroom is a concept where, as the term indicates, you flip the teaching methodology. Initially, the teacher used to teach things in the classroom, and the students would do the homework at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in this particular thing, you flip the entire process. So the child is given or sent a video at home where he watches the video, and then he comes back to school and does his homework in class. So the assignments are done in the classroom where the teacher can monitor, she can give one to one attention to the student and ensure that the homework is not done by the tuition teacher or the parent or is not copied from the friends. It's she can actually see if the child is able to do the sums or is able to understand the concepts which has been shared with them. Now, these videos can be either recorded by the teacher, or they can be taken from the net, or they can be, sort of borrowed from agencies. Like you have many agencies which are making good videos. You have Byju's also, which is, sort of
From,
making these kind of
yeah.
educational videos. So what happens over there is when the child is watching these videos, he can watch the videos as many times as you want. Now, the concepts which are there, when the children see the video once, maybe they may not be very clear with the concept, but they see it again and again, definitely they would understand better. And then when
Hmm.
they go back to school, whatever glitches they have or whatever problems they have in understanding the concept, they can clear it with the teacher over there, and the teacher can guide them,
Hmm.
conduct activities with them, and get the concepts very, very clear with the students. So the learning process actually becomes flipped, and it is more visible that the child has learned and the learning outcomes are visible to both the teacher, the student, and also the parent.
Very nice. So I'm sure this is going to benefit our new generation, and their classes will become more interesting as they find it boring at times. And myself, also being from education, definitely would like to, you know, uh, add on something like that for my own students with your, of course, cooperation. And
Definitely.
definitely we can do better. And tell us something about, you have mentioned about some competitions also. You are organizing some sort of competition, right?
Yes, in the UAE in the year 2000,
Hmm.
I initiated a project which was known as Creations.
Uh-huh.
Now, this project is based on making of teaching aids out of waste material. So it was an environment friendly project where teachers used waste wood and waste plastic to create teaching aids out of their innovation and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a platform which gave teachers a lot of help in creating aids and using it in the classroom. Now let me tell you that this idea of creations came to me because of the school in which I was heading at that time. We had around, say, 52 sections, 1,500 students only in the kindergarten.
My
And
God.
when I went to the shops to buy aids for teaching, I did not find so many aids because we had 52 sections. And to make it available for the teachers, both teaching aids and learning aids, it was not available in the market. Generally they had maybe, say, 15 or 20 pieces of them. So when I would go over there, it was not sufficient for for the students, and therefore I would be roaming around different shops to sort of buy it. And then that was the time it struck me that why shouldn't I make teaching aids out of waste material and help students in their learning process. So then we organized I organized a teaching aid competition in the James group of schools, and we started using innovation and creativity of the teachers to create these teaching aids. And that is how the learning
Interesting.
process in the school became more interesting, and
Yes.
students started learning better.
Very nice. So you are trying to give lots to the education, and that is what Edupulz is all about, I'm sure. Through Edupulz, you are going to bring a lot of change in the education system.
Yes, basically, if you look at the education system in India or anywhere abroad, there are 7 essential parameters which we have. So we kind of do an audit on these 7 parameters, which are related to teaching, learning, and assessment, personal and social skills, leadership, governance. Then you have your patriotism and community service. All these which are there, they are a essential part of the school system, because ultimately education is something which should benefit the society, it should benefit the community, it should benefit the country, and it should benefit the whole world at large. Wherever you are, you should be positive. So,
Yes.
these parameters which are there, they work towards it. So when we interact with the schools, we try to, sort of help them and guide them and tell them that these are the essentials which are required. And all these are connected to upskilling of the teachers. Now, teachers are the change agents of the society. So,
Yes.
if we are able to impress upon the teachers, if we are able to motivate the teachers, if we are able to guide them and help them, then definitely I can assure you that this world is going to be a better place.
Yes.
Especially, I feel that these days value education is being neglected. We should give a lot of importance to value education also, so that all the problems which India is facing or other countries is facing, it is all related to moral values which are going down. So this is another aspect which we do work upon. And I really think that if each and every teacher is able to impress upon her students, this world is going to be a better place.
Yes. So, definitely, yes, this all will happen definitely with your efforts. And one more thing I wanted to ask you is, like, how do you approach the right kind of people? Like, suppose you want to train, you have a lot of knowledge, but how do you impart that knowledge amongst the right people? How do you approach them?
Okay, so basically, initially we tried calling them. Unfortunately, poor response we got from them. That was one of the challenges because, sometimes schools are busy or they do not respond to us. So that was quite effort for us. Then what we started doing was that we started reaching out to the management.
Mm-hmm.
Principals are generally very busy, and we know that they have a lot of work to do. So, getting into the system and getting involved with the students and teachers, we felt that if we reach out to the school owners, they would be definitely interested in
Yes.
ensuring that their school benefits, and the quality of teaching and learning, and the learning in the student improves. Now, we really focus upon skill based learning because we feel that uh, the subject matter which the students learn, maybe they might forget, but skill is something which nobody can forget. So if we upskill the students in skills which are required for employability, then definitely each and every school owner would be interested, because everybody wants their students to be successful in life, because when
Yeah,
students do
it
well.
is a big, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it is a big problem with the parents as well. Even they are not much educated as how they should motivate their children towards what they are interested in. The children who have whatever skill they have, they should be motivated for the same. They should be
Yes.
educated for the same.
So what we actually did was we started another program which was known as EduTalk India. And what we did was we kind of invited educationists, we invited parents, we invited children. And that was a forum where each one could discuss about the problems which the parents were facing, or the students were facing, or the
Oh, that's
teachers
very
were facing.
nice.
So,
That's very
that was one platform where we were able to reach out to all educationists. And then we kind of conducted workshops with parents, conducted workshop with teachers. We reached out to even the students, and that is how we were able to sort of link each of them together. And we got a very good response from the school owners, because they were really interested in ensuring that the school does well. Because if a school does well, it's kind of benefit for them. They would be known for the work which they are doing, and it would also fetch them admissions, which every owner is really interested in. So our main purpose was to ensure that students really perform well, and teachers motivate students to move forward and become skilled.
I just wanted to ask you one more thing. That is, suppose a teacher is very clear in her concept, right? She knows the subject, she has a subject knowledge, but her
मेरा फोन करूंगा ना
pronunciation is
तुम
not very
वो बंद
good.
कर दो
So, how much do you feel it affects the teaching?
See, as far as the core subjects like mathematics is concerned, right? Mathematics is something where you need to tell them about the steps which are to be taught. Now, in maths and science, it doesn't make much of a difference because it is conceptual. But if it is something like English, then definitely pronunciation and clarity of expressions, all that does matter.
Very important. Yes. So the selection criteria is that a teacher who has a subject or knowledge of mathematics and any other science or any other subject apart from language, it's okay if she knows she's clear about the concept. But yes, for the languages, we do need the proper pronunciation.
Yes, though it is, of course, preferable that even the science and math teachers have a good pronunciation, have a clarity of expression, because then the students understand them better. So, of course, that is very, very important. But then sometimes we really do not get teachers who are, they may be
No, but
coming
there are
from.
teachers who are very good in their concept, they are
Yes.
very good at teaching the concept, but they have the language problem.
language problem. So we cannot say that, you can't become a teacher just because of your language. But yes, we can work with them and help them out, and with a little bit of practice, because you see what has happened is they have not got enough practice in their speaking skills when they were in school.
Yes.
So that is the reason why they have not picked up the language, or they may be coming from a background where English was not spoken at home, or they may be coming from a region which has got these special dialects, and they may have a different kind of a pronunciation which may have impacted their speaking skills. So all that does matter. They will have to work upon it. So at least whatever they are communicating to the students, that is clear, and the concepts are explained well to the students.
So tell us which all schools you have been doing it for till now.
Okay, we've worked with Asian School. Then we have worked with the Golden Jubilee School in Aurangabad. We worked with Lakshya Universal Academy. We are working with Skilled. We are working with Youth Global School, and many more are in the pipeline. So we are working with a number of schools, and we've got a very positive response from them. And we really do hope that schools would be interested in upskilling their teachers and ensuring that learning takes place in the true sense, because unfortunately schools do get hooked with the marks, and they kind of just look at the marks and they feel that yes, the child has done well. So India needs to change its way of thinking, and I'm sure with the new education policy we are going to make a difference in the line of education.
So while grooming the children, आपको क्या लगता है कि बच्चों के अंदर कैसे आप टैलेंट को उभार सकते हैं? स्किल्स तो ठीक है, बट एक बच्चे का अगर मार्क्स बहुत अच्छे आ रहे हैं, क्या वही बच्चा इंटेलिजेंट है, या जो बच्चा एवरेज करता है और उसके अंदर और बहुत सारे स्किल्स हैं, वो ज्यादा, मतलब वो भी बच्चा बहुत अच्छा कर सकता है? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? पेरेंट्स को
बिल्कुल,
तो आजकल मार्क्स का ही रहता है बहुत ज्यादा.
there is nothing like the intelligence is very, that the concept of getting good marks is only one aspect, but to be successful you can be talented and you can be really good in any of the fields. And today success is measured by a number of things. You can be successful in the line of business, you can be successful in the line of music, instrumental. I mean, children are very, very talented, but what is very important, that parents should not just get focused upon this learning part of it, or the subjects that they have to get a good in these subjects only. They need to see that what is the child good at, whether it's whether it is music, whether it is dance, whether it is art. Every child who is good in any of these aspects can be successful and can really do well in life. So it's not only related to studies and education. I don't think we should get stuck with that, because children are children, and the more they get focused upon what they like and what they are interested in and what they can really do well, they would be successful, because then the passion comes in. You are passionate about something, so you are definitely going to perform. But if we are forced to do something which we are not interested in, then definitely the result is not going to be as good as we want it to be.
True. So any message you want to give to our new generation, Minnie?
My message is basically to all educationists, and I feel that educationists are the change agents of the society. And if all educationists get together and work towards upskilling of teachers, upskilling of students, our country is going to be a better place, and our world is going to be a much better place to live in.
True, true. Very nice having you here today. Thank you so much for sharing all your experience and all your thoughts. Wish you all the best, that you may give your best to the coming generation. They should become something very good, somebody very good. And thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much. I wish to thank the innovators for having me in and discussing about my experiences. I really want to thank you. It's a really good platform. And I must thank you, Reena, for having me in this program. Thank you once again.
Thank you.